Alright, what is good, y'all? I'm gonna go crazy for today with a special type of video. Something that y'all been asking for a while. Not the specific character, which we'll get to some of the specific characters y'all asked for, but a horse backstory for an Umamusume character very loved by me, by y'all, all of us. HARU URARA, the unwanted horse who saved Japanese horse racing. Shouts out to Glaivekiyo for the video, bro. I want to check this out. I think people were mainly telling me to check out Ghoship's backstory. I will do that probably after this one, but I ran a career run for HARU earlier today, which I'll be seeing after this video. So yeah, I was like, fuck it, let's check this out real quick. Let's get it. Slide like button for more, of course.
There are winners and when it comes to competition, the rules are often brutal and simple. There are winners and there are losers, and that is the basic truth of any sports. History tends to remember the winners. Their triumphs are carved into trophies and their stories are told. Hold on. The winners. Their triumphs are.
Jesus Christ. I don't know how many times a horse races a year, but damn, that's a lot of back-to-back 2012 wins. Ghoship was going crazy.
The losers, though, by design, are meant to be footnotes. They fade away. But what happens when that basic rule of storytelling just seems to break? What happens when a story comes along where the failure is the entire point, and that failure ends up being more powerful than any victory? This is the story of a Japanese racehorse who never won a single race. Not even one. But in doing so, she became one of the most beloved legends in the history of sports. Her name is HARU URARA. HARU URARA means inspirational spring, which is the first of many ironies in her life. Her career became a cultural phenomenon, and it gives us a perfect list of many ironies in her life. Her career
what that say? Shout out to the no thoughts head empty girls. Yo, chill on HARU, what the fuck?
And it gives us a perfect look at how we measure
gotta be my favorite gender head ass.
Of how 113 losses in a row.
God damn. Okay, y'all told me that she lost literally every race, but 113 is fucking crazy.
It is a story that begins on a small local racetrack, captures the soul
those Sxmmy seeds? Hell no.
Of a nation. What the fuck is that? Time of crisis, and then finds a bizarre and explosive second life in the video game, creating a connection between fiction and reality that nobody could have seen coming. But to truly understand her legends, we have to start with the numbers, because on paper they tell a story that makes almost no sense. The official record reads like a statistical anomaly: 113 starts with 0 wins. And to put that number in
that is kind of crazy. Like, does that not make the horse depressed?
Horse racing, the average career is a brief flash, maybe 25 starts before an animal is retired, and even the most durable champions, the titans of the sport, rarely see the starting gates 50 times. And to
Ghoship only ran 28 times in comparison. HARU ran 113. Nigga, what?
To almost supernatural physical and mental resilience. It is a career of relentless taxation on
I'm trying to be on this level.
A 6-year marathon in a
maybe I already am.
To do it all without a single victory is what elevates her story from a curiosity to a profound mystery. So the immediate question is, how does a horse who never wins earn over $1 million yen? The answer lies in a horse.
Oh, that fit is crazy.
$1 million yen?
I know. What is it? JP is like 5 years ahead. Oh my god, bro, I'm so ready for the future of this game, man. I pray to God they keep cooking. Please don't start tweaking. I know so many games start to tweak over time. You know what I'm saying? I don't even see it being a thing that'll happen, because obviously, like I said, we have the blueprint already for 5+ years, if not mistaken. So it's just got to be fire. It might be on an accelerated schedule. I don't know, but yeah, man. I just really hope that they keep this shit up, because I've definitely seen things tweak. Persona 5X. I love Persona so much, but it just be like that, man. Like, apparently they are fucking up global like crazy. Want to make a series on it, but that shit did terribly, because everybody's like, we went from hype to damn, they're ruining everything. Damn you, Sega. Anyways,
the quiet dignity of just
I need them to drop heat like that ASAP. Oh, that feels clean.
Take all proposition. It is distributed among the top several finishers, and HARU URARA made her living in the margins by consistently trying her hardest.
Oh man.
Occasionally battling
her that's
way
fire.
Into the 4th or the 5th place. She scraped together just enough to justify her keep. She was the embodiment of a blue.
I know this is kind of off topic to the video, but do they ride the horses like this where they like have less weight on its back, maybe, or at least I don't know, to alleviate some of the weight? Like, because other than that, that seemed dangerous as hell, low key. Like, just your feet on it.
Collar worker.
I rode a horse for the first time.
Earning her place.
My ass is on the horse.
Victories, but through grinding.
No freaky shit.
Persistence. This reframes her entire career. It wasn't about failure. It was about a refusal to quit. Her trainer,
what is animations from?
The man who gave her the name Haru
Damn.
Urara,
Okay, Dai.
Clearly, he acknowledged that she could.
I'm kind of clean with it.
He famously said, "There are horses that don't try very hard. Haru Urara would always try till the end." In a world that quantifies value only in wins, he saw value in the effort itself. The final layer of this beautiful irony lies in her bloodline. She was not bred for mediocrity. Her sire was a decorated grade 1 champion, a king in the turf, who had conquered Japan's most prestigious races. She was
Let me find out she's a dirt horse. I don't know if that's how the actual horse racing goes. He said a king in the turf. So it's like, is she a king in the dirt? That's kind of hard. I don't know.
The blueprint of a champion in her blood. And
I gotta conquer a different field.
As a young horse, nobody wanted her. She failed to attract a single buyer because she went unsold. The very farm that bred her had to train and race her themselves, unknowingly setting the stage for one of Japan's most unusual legends. Her destiny was not to rule from the throne her lineage suggested, but to become a symbol for everyone else. The ultimate underdog from her very first day. And
that's so hard.
Stubborn spirit of persistence would soon find itself in the center of a national conversation. But a story like this, a paradox of relentless effort without reward, needs fertile ground to grow into a legend. And Haru Urara's story found its moments in the early 2000s, landing squarely in the bruised psyche of a nation. To truly grasp why a perpetually losing horse became a national hero, one must understand the pervasive atmosphere of Japan's lost decade. This wasn't a sharp, sudden crisis. It was a slow, grinding stagnation, a quiet dread that settled over the nation after the dizzying economic boom of the 80s had evaporated. It was a prolonged era of corporate restructuring and shrinking opportunities, where the foundational promise of Japanese society, that unwavering diligence and loyalty to the system would guarantee a stable, prosperous life, had begun to feel like a cruel joke. Into this fog of collective anxiety,
I'm taking anything he's saying. I watched episode 1, which is what this clip is from, this show. This shit, I felt so bad for her, bro. She was trying to and oh my damn,
had begun to feel like
look at her. Oh my gosh, she's getting cooked. That happened to me when I ran the Arima Kinnon. It was terrible.
After her 80th consecutive loss in 2003, a local news story ignited a national conversation. She was given a name that in any other context would be an insult, but here became a title of a profound endearment.
World's biggest loser,
a shining star of the losing team. She became an avatar for everyone who felt behind. Her struggle was their struggle. Her refusal to quit, her act of showing up to the track every single time, only to be defeated in the end, was a perfect, heartbreaking mirror.
This is kind of goated. It's like, it's a little funny because it's like the people that are saying this probably see the glass as half full rather than half empty. You feel me? But the people that see it as half empty, they see Urara. They said, "Damn, I ain't shit. I ain't never gonna be shit." She took an L every fucking day and still never won. You know, I'm the same way.
For a populace that felt it was
I ain't never gonna win, bro.
For just as little reward, her on-track appearance
keep it up, though, y'all.
deepened this connection.
Come on now.
She was instantly recognizable, often racing in a distinctive pink-colored horse mask adorned with a cheerful, almost
the Hello Kitty mask is crazy. This should look like a diaper. Oh my god.
Against the grim reality of her career, created an image of a plucky, unbreakable spirit. This public embrace manifested in beautifully strange ways. There was the phenomenon of her losing betting tickets. In a brilliant act of linguistic jujitsu, the public recontextualized the stamp on these losing slips. The stamp
they said that in the last video, the Mugen video.
A double meaning. While it officially means to lose a bet, its characters can also be interpreted as to not be struck or to not be hit. People began carrying her losing tickets not as memorabilia, but as a powerful good luck charms to ward off traffic accidents. It was a way for the public to find a small victory, a tiny piece of control within a system that felt increasingly random and unforgiving.
This type of motion is crazy. That not look. What is going on with the subtitles? Bro, why is it not 100%? My bad, y'all. Okay, I don't know how. That's a little. I don't know. Whatever. All right.
Forming an artifact of monetary loss into a talisman against physical harm.
I'm like you playing, but it's pissing me off.
Was no longer a fringe curiosity. It was a legitimate cultural movement, cemented when then Prime Minister Junichiro Koizumi famously remarked, "I would like to see
Prime Minister
Haru
is
Urara
crazy.
win, even just once." The horse is a good example of not giving up in the face of defeat.
Okay.
Reached its dramatic, almost mythical climax on March 22nd, 2004. For her 106th race, Japan's superstar jockey, the peerless Yuta Katake, made a pilgrimage to the struggling, near bankrupt Kochi racetrack to ride her. It was less a horse race and more a national communion. The small track was overwhelmed by a crowd of over 13,000 people, and the air big with an irrational, desperate hope in a stunning performative act of collective.
Not the soundtrack, bro. I hear the soundtrack he's playing. God damn, that's like around $1 million for USD, right?
In a turn that was both inevitable and perfect. She lost. She finished 10th place out of 11, but in that loss was her legend's greatest victory, because that mountain of hopeful, illogical bets did not have to be paid out. A massive betting handle, the total sum of money wagered, single-handedly saved the Kochi racetrack from a financial oblivion. Her career's most concrete, impactful achievement was forged directly from her 106th consecutive defeat. After her final race, her life after the track was marked by a brief period of uncertainty and ownership disputes. A sad but common fate for retired horses. But her story was destined for a happier chapter. She eventually found her permanent peaceful home at Mata Farm.
That horse is on the ground tweaking. I saw it in the beginning too.
With her goat friend.
That Goldship's cousin,
official racing career ended without a win. Her story does have a happy ending on the track. In 2019, long into her retirement, she participated in a non-competitive time trial event for older horses, and she placed first place. It was a ceremonial win, but for her fans,
y'all tell me about that too.
Perfect bookend. The horse who never gave up finally got her moment in the winner's circle.
Bro, I want to spoil the video that's gonna come up. Like, when she gets first place, that shit is the most fire thing I've seen, bro. He's like, Nani? Like, it just starts going crazy. Yatta! Like, oh my god, I love her. Damn, man.
For years, that ceremonial victory was the final gentle grace note.
It's ironic how she's considered the loser, but you know what I'm saying? She's the biggest winner of all. Come on now.
Icon. But then,
minus maybe gold chip.
Stranger and far louder chapter was about to begin in the digital world when the company Cygames was developing their ambitious multimedia franchise Umamusume. They made an early tentative attempt to feature her. In 2016, a short-lived comedy manga titled Haru Urara Gambaru, or Haru Urara Do Your Best, was released. It was a footnote in the franchise's history, a brief run that failed to capture a wide audience and was soon discontinued. Its subsequent disappearance has rendered it a piece of lost media, a fascinating false start that proves how elusive Haru Urara's particular brand of lighting in a bottle appeal was to capture. Her true digital resurrection would come years later with the game itself, and the care taken in her adaptation was immense. Her in-game character is a masterclass in translation. She is presented as a splendid mood maker, an endlessly optimistic girl whose design is a loving tribute to her real-life persona. The multiple passion she wears serves as a constant visual metaphor for her resilience, and her casual outfit, the blue overalls and pink.
You get me emotional. Okay, yeah. Can he chill? All right. He glazing a little bit, but like, I agree. That's
chill. Her casual outfit, the blue overalls and pink bow motive.
Yo, now I'm one for hope.
Callback to the iconic Hello Kitty character from her racing mask. But the genius of her adaptation lies far deeper than the aesthetics. It is woven to the very code of the game. The developers encoded her real-life limitations directly into her stats. She has an A rank on the dirt tracks and short distances she ran in real life. But for races on the turf and for long-distance races, the domain of champions, she has a G rank. That is the lowest possible score. She is, by design, fundamentally bad for the game's most prestigious events. The game's story mode then weaponizes this flaw in an act of brilliant, if not cruel, narrative design. It forces you, the player, to enter her in the Arimakinen, one of Japan's most famous.
I noticed. That shit was stupid. That pissed me off. I was like, there were so many W's. I'm not gonna talk about it too much. I'm just let y'all watch it, but so many W's. And these niggas humiliated my goat for no fucking reason. Like, oh, brother, that, like, it was bad. She got fucking obliterated, decimated, disintegrated. Like, I was like, what message you trying to send? Like, he's like, give up, bitch. Like, bro. Oh my gosh.
Difficult championship races. A long distance marathon on a turf track.
Oh, that is kind of fire for a VTuber design. Bro has Haru Urara taped to his shoulder, or just like, I don't know, implanted in his body. Oh my god.
Mechanically programmed to fail.
Has anyone ever won the Arena Cannon somehow with Haru? Like, hacked the game or some shit? S on all stats. Oh my god. Yeah, she started crying, bro. Oh my god.
But what if you win? It is a monumental undertaking.
Wait, you really can?
Rite of passage that requires a fanatical devotion to overcoming the game's punishing mechanics. But if you succeed, through sheer force of will and strategy, you guide her.
I feel like it's gonna spoil me, but like, am I gonna ever beat it? I don't know. I might as well hear it out. Fuck it.
Impossible victory.
But I kind of don't want to see it if it's a thing, a special thing.
Profoundly cathartic scenes in modern gaming. She crosses the line, panting, her voice filled with disbelief as she calls out to you, "Trainer, I got first place. I really won." And the crowd, they erupted in audible sobs. She did it. Urara finally did it. Confused by the tears, she asked the trainer, "Why is everyone crying?" The trainer,
"Cause you asked." Like, no, we love you, bro.
They are so moved by her triumph. Her face lights up. She doesn't want anyone to be sad, so she asks the crowd to smile with her. Turning to her fellow races, she laughs, "I am so glad I got to race you all. And usually I only ever see your backs." The scene fades to white as the narrator declares, "Haru Urara has finally raced. Haru Urara has finally raced on the stage of her dreams." It is an incredible moment of victory, a shared emotional peak for her entire.
I don't even want to drop my video.
This
would have been so peak. How the fuck do you do that?
Ultimate challenge
How?
Of the finals still awaits. And this powerful feeling, this profound empathy forged through a shared digital struggle, did not stay confined to the game's servers. It began to spill out into the real world in the most unexpected and tangible way imaginable. Players with this newfound affection discovered that the real Haru Urara.
Did she get the win after that became a thing in the game? Oh, that's so fire. So
living out her retirement on a small farm, and they discovered a
website
where for a modest sum, around $40, you could sponsor a box of fresh ryegrass to be sent directly to her. What followed was a phenomenon the internet dubbed the ryegrass tsunami. It was a bizarre and beautiful act of reverse sponsorship. The donation website.
But what are you trying to kill her? Like, these animals will eat anything you throw in front of them. They say, "Oh, man, you give it to me, a nigga gotta eat." Like, I know, at least I'd assume my cat, I don't know. I put food in front of him, he's gonna keep eating it. Bro does not care, he'll get fat.
Donations for Haru Urara surpassed 2,500 kilograms of grass. And to put that in perspective, that is roughly the weight of a small car in grass. It was a direct conversion of digital affection into physical sustenance. And in a beautiful unintended consequence, this overwhelming generosity had a ripple effect. One elderly horse could not possibly consume that much.
I'm saying,
was used to feed other retired horses at the farm. The love for one digital character ended up supporting an entire real-life stable.
Haru really is a legend. There's nothing else to call her. Like, just
grand
icon.
Gestures. It lives and breathes.
Put the whole fam on.
In a community built around shared emotion, it is a culture built on memes that functions less as jokes and more as artifacts of their collective journey. There is the powerful mantra.
Stop showing that clip. Oh my god.
Why should I? Which has become a genuine touchstone of communal encouragement, used by players as motivation for their own real-life struggles. And then there is the visual meme, a constant stream of wholesome fan art depicting the game character comically buried under, sleeping on, and eating from enormous piles of ryegrass. It is a huge.
That's so fire. You know what they really need for her though? They need a song that only her voice actor sings. I don't know if that maybe exists already. And then everyone's bumping that shit while they're in the gym going crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's all for her. I don't care how upbeat it is. Moi, whatever the fuck you want to call it, you know what I'm saying? Like, should be fire.
Where the community celebrates its own absurd and
moe
of kindness. But this sudden global fame came with real-world complications. The small, quiet farm where Urara resides was suddenly facing an influx of pilgrims from all over the world, all wanting to visit the living legend they had come to adore. This created a logistical nightmare. In response, the farm had to implement a strict reservation system system.
Fuck off my farm.
When opened, filled up almost instantly every time. The situation becomes so unique that the game's developer, Cygames, took the unprecedented step of publishing an official guide on their website titled Etiquette for Visiting Retired Racehorses. There's a list of common sense rules. Don't make loud noises.
Having to do that is crazy.
Unauthorized treats that had to be formalized. It highlights the surreal logistics of managing a living media property and the fascinating blurry
That's crazy because now, like, I assumed Gold Ship was the most popular, like, in terms of the game, the actual horse, all type of shit, but I could be wrong. The way it's sounding is Haru the only one that's more popular than her? Oh, Gold Ship is an actual dude, Iroh, but damn, that'd be crazy. Sloan said he wins the race. What can I say? You know what I'm saying? Even beat the #1 champion. Like,
when a fictional product has a direct and significant impact on a real, living being, it was a modern problem that demanded a very modern solution. But when you take a step back and absorb the whole sprawling, improbable story, you realize that Haru Urara's legacy was never true.
Damn, what is this gameplay? Am I missing on something? Bro is looking 19 turns ahead of time. I have never been that dedicated. AOW, like, oh my gosh. Damn, I don't know, that just threw me off.
It was built on something far more potent and far more
Bro is locked.
even though she's a horse. Her story stands as the
most
ultimate proof
possible.
that success is not a synonym for victory, and that the most enduring legacies are often measured not in trophies or prize money, but in the hearts they managed to capture. In other words, she may lost the race, but she won our hearts. Her career is defined by two perfect paradoxical victories. The first was on the track at Kochi, where she saved her home for financial ruin by decisively losing her 106th race. The second came decades later, a victory achieved by her digital ghost, inspiring a global wave of generosity that provided real material comfort to the living animal. One victory born of defeat, and the other born of fiction. And the true genius of Umamusume was not simply in retelling her story, it was in creating an interactive vessel for her spirit. A system where a new generation could not just witness her struggle, but actively participate in her quest for redemption. It forged a powerful positive feedback loop between fiction and reality that is as rare as it is beautiful, transforming passive empathy into active engagement. In the end, she was entered in 113 races that were on paper unwinnable, but the one unwinnable race she was in all along, the race for a permanent place in our collective memory, was the one she won in a landslide. Her story.
Damn, why you cooking so hard in the script? Hold up. I don't be watching too many of these types of videos, so it always impresses me. I'm like, bro, like, he really put fire to that paper with this one.
It's a quiet but profound
the one she did with, like,
measure of a life is found not in the glory of the results, but the unwavering, indomitable, and glorious spirit of the struggle itself. This is one of the most fascinating and positive examples of a modern fandom interacting with its source material. It makes you wonder what the line is between appreciation and intrusion, and how other franchises could learn from this.
Damn, y'all see this? Yo, look at the Majoro McQueen, the turning point of Umamusume. She's crying. Jesus Christ, how fucked up. I mean, it's not like all bad probably, but
curious to hear what you
they be going through it.
From me,
bro, it's horse lore. They just like us for real.
The next one, cheers.
Oh, you high as a bitch. WW video though, that was fire as hell. Oh my gosh, I saw Glaivekiyo and that was something. I'm kind of wish I saw this now before I did her career. I mean, I could do it again, but like I really would have tried my best to win that Arima Keenan. If anything, I was like, the big goal for me was to win the whole thing in general. I won't say how that went, but damn. Oh my gosh, actual goat. Shining ray of hope in the darkness, man. Oh my gosh. But I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one, bro. Let me know what other backstories y'all want me to check out. I do appreciate, love y'all, man. Of course, you want to see more videos like this, slide a like button and comment down below, let me know, and I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one, bro. HARU URARA. And I'm oh my gosh, all right, I'm gonna shut up. I was just about to go on a whole tangent about her again, but yeah, as always, make sure you take it easy, go crazy, and peace.